What if Mesh would be the MP for Matayos constituency in Busia County? Anasema kuwa sisi ndio tuko. Anyway, in this video, I'm going to show you how to create this poster inside Photoshop. So my friend, without further ado, let's see what we got in this video. So the first thing is to create a new document, and we are going to call this document, What If I Was the MP? And now all I need to do is now to create an international paper, which is an A4, and click OK. And so my friend, we need to get started. The first thing I want to do is to create a rectangle. So I'll take the rectangle tool and create a simple rectangle just like that. And my friend, I'll give it a color. Remember, it's going for the DAP, and the DAP has a blue color, so I'm going to give it blue. And now look at that, it looks so fantastic. I will also create another rectangle, a smaller one, just a thin line to just beautify this poster. Anyway, he must be the MP for Matayos constituency. And so my friend, I'll create that and just push it a little bit up so that it creates this fancy look. People should vote for this guy, my friend. Nibazu, yeah, ndio yupo. So I'll also create another shape here using the pen tool. And all I need to do is to create a curve. To create a curve, you click and drag. You don't release your mouse until you achieve that curve. So I'll create this very curve, a very simple one, and it's so simple. So all you need to do is just to use the pen tool. And I think I like this. And so my friend, I'll try to just make this curves to be well curved using the path selection tool. And so just make sure that you have a smooth curve. You don't want to have a curve that has corners and all that. So make sure that you always smoothen your curves using the path selection tool. And after that, my friend, I will need to fill this with color. So I'll come to paths, I'll right click and say fill with color or fill path. And so yes, what was I doing? Let me see. Yes, to the layers. Let me select the layer first so that the paths are active. Then right click and say fill. And so I'll fill with the also blue color. So I'm just going to pick this with the color picker and just pick the blue. And ta-da! Look at that. It looks cool. As normal, we always delete our paths. So we have our shape here. All I need to do is to make a copy. So select the layer and hit Ctrl J. I'll have an extra copy. And this copy, I'm going to make it white. So I'll just make it white just like that. And I'll take the paint bucket and make that. If you watched the previous tutorial, of course, you are aware of what we are doing at this moment. So I'll just place it using the arrow keys, just like that. And I'll make yet another copy of the first original layer and push it on top. Then I will use the arrow keys to drag it down so that it creates this fantastic look. Look at that. I think I like that. That looks so cool. And that means he deserves to get that very seat. Anyways, I'm not campaigning for him. So now I want to place the big boy. So I'll just come to place embedded. Then I will look where I've placed him. And I will just look for his image, mesh.png. And I'll click on place. And now, ta-da! We have the big boy. Look at him. He is able. Yeah, and yuko. So I'm just going to, try to resize this very photo just to bring up that look. And I'll also push it below every layer that I've created. Look at that. It looks cool. And let me position him. Maybe that. Let me also just scale him a little bit. I wanted to have him filling that very space, but I also felt like I want his hands to be seen because he has some gestures that shows that he's humble and is looking for some votes. So that's why I'm trying to just resize it so that it fits. I think that is a good look. I'll hit OK. My friend, we have that. Let me push him a little bit up because I want his hands to be seen. Then I'll also push this rectangle plus this one. Yeah, that now looks cool. And we need now to start writing some text. And but before that, let's put the logo. So I'll come to place the logo, and I'll come to the folder for the logos. Where is it? Here it is. And then I'll take the DAP logo, and my friend, I'm going to place it. And so all I need to do now is just to resize it and position it at this very point. I think that looks cool. Maybe push it a little bit. Okay, DAP. I'll also bring the Baba's logo, the common R for Azimio. And so I'm going to also just shrink it a little bit and place it at this moment. For this time, let it just be there. We are going to work on it later on. So we have the two logos in, and let me just push this DAP logo here and resize it a little bit. Yes, that looks cool. I think I like that. And so all we need to do now is to write some text. So I'll take the text tool and write his name, Meshach Omoding. Ndio yuko. And so I'm going to write that and try to increase this very font so that it looks fine, right? And then I'll push it iende hapa kwa this very rectangle, and I'm just going to resize it so that it looks cool. Yep, I think I like that. And again, I'm going to make sure that it's vertically aligned with the background, and that looks fine now. Yes, and the next thing I want to do also is basically to have the other text, because we still have some text to write. So I'm going to write here, Member of Parliament, and that will do us fine. How do we write Parliament? Parliament. That looks cool. So I'm going to resize it and place it at the center. Let me just push it. Yes, Control T. I'm just going to resize it a little bit. Yes, that looks cool. I need something conspicuous, right? So, Member of Parliament, and I'm going to place it right there. Wow. Yes, I'm just trying to find the right position, right, for that very Parliament, Member of Parliament. And so that looks cool. And then the next thing I want to do is to create a simple rectangle. So I'm just going to draw a rectangle here so that I can write his slogan, right? You remember the slogan? Yes. So I'm going to change this to white because I need some white in here. And remember, these colors, we are taking them from the logo. If you look at the logo, it has blue, it has white, and some black. So you must be considering the logo for you to be taking these colors. You don't just take any colors. I think for a designer, you need to know that. So I'm going to resize this and place it just like that. And I'm going to write here, Sisi ndio tuko. I think I like this slogan, and I'm going to just change its color to black. Remember, we are using black, white, and blue. And because of Azimio, we are also going to be using some orangey-ish. Let me resize this. First of all, I want to change the font style. Let me try regular. That looks, is it regular or medium? Let me try semi-bold. I think I like that. Now, I realized that this Sisi ndio tuko is a little bit short, and the space that I wanted to fill is so big. So I'm going to add something. First of all, let me add VA just to have the distance between the letters to just try and fill this space. But it won't work for us. We need to add some text, right? And so first of all, let me try and see if, look at it. If it is at the center, it leaves a lot of space. I don't want that white space, so I'm going to utilize it. And I'm going to write something cool. Mbele, kwema, right? Of course, mbele kuko kwema. So I'm just going to write there, mbele kwema. And I'm going to resize it. Don't I know how to write kwema? I think I missed an A. Yeah, now that looks cool. And so I'm going to push it just like that. And I need to resize it. I usually don't want to leave a white space. That is how I design my posters anyway. And so I'm going to just do that and make sure that it is horizontally and vertically aligned. And that is one thing you want to confirm, unless it is stylistic and you want to change something. I need to write the slogan for Azimio la Umoja inawezekana. So I'm going to write it just like that, and I'm going to change its color to, what do I use? Let me use white. Maybe white will work also. Yeah, that looks cool. And also I'll make sure that it is vertically aligned. So I'm going to, first of all, let me pick the move tool. Yes. Then I'm going to assure that it is vertically aligned, just like that. And so I'm going to push it a little bit down. Maybe I just select the layer and push it maybe to that is fine. I'm going to draw another rectangle, a very thin line, just to spice up some things here so that kijana apate kura. So I'm going to just change its color to orange. I need some orange, so I'm going to click in here and just use the color picker to pick the orange from the logo. Remember, we are using colors from the logos, and that looks fine for me. I'm just going to zoom in to certify that is fine. I think I like that. That looks so fine. So I'm going to make a copy of this so that we have two of them, just one on the side and the other one on the side. So I'm going to use the Alt shortcut. So just hold Alt, click and drag to make a copy of that selected layer. And I'm going to just move it. I'll use the arrow keys to just move it just like that. And that to me looks fine. And it looks so much appealing so that someone can vote in this, my friend. I'm going to take this Azimio logo and just place it here. I'll shrink it a little bit so that it fits in this very blue corner or shape, just like that. And yeah, the poster looks cool, although we are not through yet. I want to add the voter ID, so I'm going to place embedded. I'll come to my icons and I'm going to pick the voter ID. And so I'll just type in vote and pick the second one because I know what it is anyway. So I'm going to place it just like that, and I'll shrink it a little bit just like that. And I'm going to push it so that it is at this very moment. Now look at that. It looks fantastic. That is good. And so I'm just going to push it just like that and hit OK. Now look at this boy. Let me move this big boy just like that. He looks cool that way. Let me just look at this. Yeah, that looks fine. But I remembered that I've forgotten the Matthias constituency. So I have to put the Matthias constituency. So my friend, I'm going to add a text there which will read Matthias constituency. That word is usually hard anyway, but I'm going to write it just like that. Constituency. Yeah, I think that is the right pronunciation. And so I'm going to shrink it a little bit and place it just like that. Okay, I'll push it downwards. Yes, and I'm going to change its color to Azimio color. Remember the orange stuff. So first of all, I'll make sure that it is vertically aligned. Then I'm going to change its color to just bring in the theme of Azimio la Umoja. And so I'm going to just pick it from the color, and I want it to be brighter, so I'm going to move it to the corner and hit OK. Now that looks fine for me. And so let me yes, what do I do then? Yeah, that looks cool. I think I also need to write the Busia County. So let me shrink the Meshach Omoding name. And where do I put it? Should I put it up or down? Let me think about it. Maybe let me push it down just like that and hit OK. Then I want to write Busia County, so no one convinces us that it is another county. Watu wa Busia tunasija. So I'm going to select it and shrink it a little bit, and then I'm going to also change its color to the orange one. But then I want to make sure that it is vertically aligned, so I'm going to select it together with the background and make sure that it is vertically aligned. I'm doing that to just achieve my desire and things to look cool. And so I'm going also to just increase this a little bit, just like that. And I'll select the Busia County, and I want to achieve the orangish color. So I'm going to pick it from the Matayos constituency, just like that, and hit OK. Now that looks fine for me, and we are good. We are good. Let me see what else to do. Let me. I think. What do I do? What do I do? Help me, help me. Anyway, I'll push this a little bit up just like that. And I'll also take the Azimio logo and shrink it so that it fits in this very space. I think that, yes, that looks cool for me. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. But then I need to have the 2022. Oh my God. Let me write it just right now. So I'm going to write the 2 here, and I'm going to increase its size so that you can see it. Yes, that is cool. I'm going to change its font to Acrobat Black. Remember, I love this font. You may want also to download it. And then I'll hit OK. I'll want to also change the color, but before that, let me push it here. I'll change the color to white. So I'm going to click in here and select the white. And after that, my friend, all I need to do is now to just access the blending options. So I'm just going to have them here, and I need to add the stroke. And my friend, I'll change the stroke color to the background color. Remember, you're going to see the effect of this later on. Don't worry, you are going to see its effect. So I'll hit OK and hit OK. And so I need to make a copy of this so that I can write the 0. So I'll just use our shortcut using Alt, click and drag. And I'm going to double click and write 0. And so I'm going to also, let me zoom in a little bit. Then I'm going to move this closer to 2, just like that. I'm going to push it below 2 so that it is in the background. Now look at that. But I've realized that I don't like this stroke size. So I'm going to open the FX, double click on the stroke, because this is a smart filter. I can change it anytime. And so I'm going to change it to something like, let me see. I think 10-ish is fine. 10-ish is fine. I think I like that. Then I'll hit OK. I'll also change the one for the 0. So I'm going to open the FX and double click on stroke. And then the blending options will open. Remember, they are smart filters. And I'm going to add here 10. And look at that. That looks cool. And so I also need to make a copy of this too. So I'm going to select it, click and drag, holding Alt. Remember that. And also make another copy just like that. And my friend, I'm going to push this a little bit, but before that, let me push this towards my right, and also there's 2. Now the 2022 is now well positioned. I'll select all the layers, and then hit Control T, and then I want to resize it and push it towards my right, and just like that. I'm going to also increase it a little bit, just like that. Then I was thinking that I should have the vote ID at this place of 2022. So that is what I'm going to do. Sorry for that. I'm going to select the vote and click and drag it and place it in here. But I want to shrink it so that it fits in this space. So I'm hitting Control T, and I'm going to resize it. Yes, that looks cool for me. And my friend, I'm going to place it just like that. I'll hit OK. And that color is not bringing any vibe, so I'm going to change that. So let me try this. Let me add an adjustment layer, a solid color adjustment layer, and then I don't worry about the color. I'm going to change it. So I'm going to clip it on the logo, the voter ID. I'll double click in this very box and change the color to orange. Now that looks fine. It is achieved. The colors of Azimio have been achieved, and the colors of DAP Kenya has been achieved. I'm going to move this Azimio logo to this very position and maybe push it a little bit. That looks fantastic to me. I think I like that. How does it look? Let me know down in the comments below. What changes do you think we can make, or how do you feel about this logo? Just drop me a comment. I'll be so happy to read and reply to your comment. So my friend, this is basically how you can create a simple poster inside Photoshop. I hope that this video has brought value to you. And if that is the case, you already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, and not only subscribe, my friend, ring that bell so that you do not miss any other future video that we offer. You may also want to like this video so that we are going to reach out to many more people. Meshach Omoding as the member of parliament for Matayos constituency. Busia tunasija, sisi ndio tuko. Otherwise, I'm hoping that I will see you in our next video. Peace.